In fact, it's the best way to guard against temptations, because
Yes.
temptations usually hang on our
On
desires.
desires.
Yeah. And looking at the life of Christ, and if we just compare it to, like we're talking about all these things that the society has for us as expectations.
Mm.
Look at Jesus. What was his career?
Hmm. Carpenter.
Yes, and in that case, he was even helping
His father.
helping his father.
Hmm.
And in terms of marriage, did he get married?
No. And
Did he
it's
have biological?
no.
Mm,
And it's interesting. I was reading
mhm.
Isaiah 53 this afternoon, and it was talking about how they didn't even consider that he doesn't have descendants, that
Yes,
he was taken out at his ripe
at his,
age,
yeah, like a young shoot, it
like a
was
young
cut. Yeah,
yeah,
and it was just at the ripe age of
yeah,
33. Yeah,
mm-hmm, yeah,
but did he fulfill the purpose?
yes, it
He
did.
did. So our desires are not necessarily, do not necessarily determine whether we fulfill purpose or not. Our divine purpose is so much, beyond the momentary desires that the world puts into us to cherish.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really, our purpose, fulfilling purpose, is really aligning to God's will.
yeah,
Because God has everything written concerning us.
yeah,
Like Jesus fulfilled the purpose.
yeah.
Everything written about him came to pass.
It did.
That was a fulfilled purpose, a
Yeah.
fulfilled life.
Yes.
And even John the Baptist, he fulfilled purpose.
Yes.
Everything that was spoken about him came to pass.
Yeah.
He prepared the way for the coming of Jesus Christ.
To
So really, that's why we have to align ourselves to God's
God's
purpose,
purpose.
God's plan, and God's will for our life, so that we will not be distracted by desires
Desires.
and comparing ourselves with other people, thinking that the way their life is the way our life ought to be.
Supposed to be.
But that is not the case, because each one of us, we are unique in our own way.
Yeah.
And God has everything written concerning our life.
Mhm.
And it's only in Him that we're able to find that which is written concerning our life.
Yeah.
Pray God will help us in Jesus'
Amen.
name.
Yeah. So definitely desires can become such a huge distraction to
Mhm.
the divine purpose that God has for us. And we just really, really have to be careful.
Mhm.
So, we have to acknowledging, surrendering, being dead to those desires, and then turning to God and the purpose that God has for us, and really focusing on that. A life that
Yes.
is God's purpose oriented usually doesn't leave so much room for desires to take over and control and things like
Right.
that.